Humza Yousaf has finally resigned as the First Minister of Scotland. But he was out in Fife at the weekend doing some PR work, so I took to the streets to ask people's opinion about his performance and whether or not he should resign. Now, before I go on, there were some political commentators today, like Narinder Kaur, who worked for the Jeremy Vine show, who are basically saying those who are glad to see the back of Humza are racist. So let's hear what the people of Scotland had to say, and you can make up your own opinion. I'm just asking what people's opinion of the Scottish First Minister is. What's your opinion?
I think he's made a complete hash of it, quite frankly. His policies, just him as an individual, is just, I think, turns people off, quite frankly. And his previous career, vis-a-vis health or transport, where he's made quite a mess of most of the stuff that he's been involved in, so it's probably a good time for him to go.
And so for yourself then, would you like to see more focus on the sort of real everyday issues? Because I know there's been a focus on the hate crime bill and trans identity. Would you like to see more focus on other things like health and education?
If I can say, both from Westminster for England and what have you, but also for Scotland. I don't agree with a lot of his policies or the SNP policies. I feel that they're bribing people, free travel, I think that should be means tested, free prescriptions, that should be means tested, and therefore people should be able to deliver the effect to those that need it, not necessarily giving it out across the board is what I feel.
Perfect. And one last question then, do you think he should remain or do you think he should resign?
No, he's got to go. He's got to go.
So I'm in Dunfermline today and I'm just asking for people's public opinion on Humza Yousaf. Obviously they no longer have a majority in the Parliament now, so I'm just asking, what do you think about that? Do you think he's doing a good job, that sort of thing?
In general, no.
No.
He should have resigned as a matter of course, rather than delaying the inevitable.
Okay. Do you think it's coming, obviously?
Yeah, has to. Has to. Where is the confidence in an SNP-led government that was only in government because of a small outside party with only 2 MSPs? So
it's kind of, and obviously some of the policies like the hate crime bill, obviously the trans identity type stuff, has that affected your opinion at all?
No, I think that's the fluffy stuff on the outside. The main thrust for everybody here is focus on education, the health service,
cost of living and things.
The basics of how we basically live day to day, not the fluffy stuff to satisfy certain people.
So you wouldn't say he's taken into account then the sort of everyday needs, it's more the sort of fluffy stuff as you've said?
No, I mean, obviously on Facebook and stuff, there's obviously a lot of commentaries and comments added, and one of my immediate comments was yesterday, I hope he does resign and I hope we do get a tax cut to bring Scotland back into line with the rest of the UK. Because I'm paying extra for what? I'm married, no kids, no dependents, I'm paying extra, and what am I getting back in return? Nothing.
Asking people's opinion about the First Minister, do you think he's currently doing a good job? No. What would you like to see changed? Is there anything in particular?
I'd like to concentrate on issues in Scotland rather than elsewhere. People in Brecon got devastated by floods, he did nothing for them.
But obviously there's things like the hate crime bill, the trans identity type stuff. Is that what you're bothered about, or is it everyday type things that you'd be bothered about?
Every day, but also them. He didn't listen to the people. People didn't want them. All the outcry over the hate crime and the gender recognition. And
just not
he
listening.
just ignored it. He doesn't listen.
That's it. Obviously there's talk he might have to resign because he's lost his majority now. Do you think he should go or do you think he should stay?
He's got to go.
He's got to go. What's your opinion of the First Minister at the moment?
Useless, pretty much.
So obviously there's rumours that he's maybe going to resign, maybe going to get outed. Do you think that's the best thing?
100%. The SNP need to go entirely, in my opinion.
And do you mind if I ask what's affecting your opinion there? Is it because they focus too much on, say, things like the hate crime bill and trans identity rather than
I think they've made
issues?
a lot of mistakes with their areas of focus, trying to win minority kind of votes rather than thinking about the big issues in Scotland.
And do you mind if I ask, what are the big issues for you? Is it things like cost of living?
Absolutely. Childcare, even just the state of our towns and cities, the roads, education, the drug problem, so many things.
Of course. And obviously the last question then, do you think he should resign or do you think he should remain?
I think he should go.
He should go, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm here today in Dunfermline and I'm asking Alan, what do you think about the First Minister? What's your opinion of him?
Very nice chap.
Yep.
I think he's a genuine individual.
Yep.
I think he's under a lot of pressure from both sides of the party, and he's not had an easy job taking over from somebody that was so much in control, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the big question then is about him resigning potentially or being replaced. Do you think he should go or do you think he should stay?
I think it's a difficult one because everybody's forgetting what effect it might have on the country.
Yeah.
We really need some sort of stability rather than a change of another leader. There's enough of it happening all over without that happening here. However, he's got to maybe think about how he's going to, which direction he's going to go and how he's going to manage things.
On the direction side, obviously there's been big focus on the hate crime bill and trans identity. Does that sort of affect you, or would you rather he focused on more things to do with the community?
I think we need to get away from some of these specialist things. I think that's...
Some people...
Yeah, they have to be addressed. I understand there's a lot of people it affects, but generally speaking, most people are really interested in can they afford this and this, that and the other.
Yeah. Obviously, like the things like cost of living and health, does that affect you at all? Does that come into any of your consideration, or is that for the future?
For the future, probably.
For the future, yeah. No worries.
It's definitely for the future. Everyone's getting too expensive. Really.
That's it. So you'd like to see something done more about that, yeah? What's your opinion of the First Minister? Do you think he's doing a good job?
You see, it's what it is. I support what he's doing, but at the same time, he does need to get his act together. But give the man a bit of time. But
no worries. And obviously there's been a real focus on things like the hate crime bill or trans identity and stuff. Does that stuff, sort of excite you, or are you more concerned about the sort of more everyday issues like health, education, that sort of thing?
Feeding the wains. We need to feed kids and stuff. That's the main goal, because we need to keep people need to survive, and I think we need to focus more on grounds one like Scotland is at the general before we think about tackling any of that stuff.
No worries. So my next question then is, obviously there's rumours that he was going to resign or that he might get pushed out. Do you want to see him stay or do you want to see him go?
Give him time.
Give him time, yeah. So Humza, Yousaf, what's your opinion of him?
I think he tries hard, but I'm not sure we're getting many results.
No worries. Is there anything you would like to see different? Is there maybe a different focus on certain things?
I think everyone's wants to earn more, pay less, and get to work on time and get the bins done. So I think that's what we need to focus on.
No worries. So there's been a real focus obviously on like the hate crime bill, trans identity and that sort of thing. Do you think that's maybe taken away from the everyday issues and you'd maybe like to see more on that, or are you happy with the way things are going on that front?
I think the issues that matter to most people are probably not what seems to be in the news.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say. I think there might be other people better qualified.
Right. What's your viewpoint on that?
Well, I think he's doing a relatively good job under what is probably extremely difficult circumstances, but there's probably certain issues that he could do slightly better on, but then again, I'm not going to please everybody, are you?
That's it. Now, do you mind if I ask you, you don't have to answer this, but are you an SNP supporter yourself?
I'm not particular of any political persuasion.
So if the First Minister was to be replaced or he was to resign, like there's rumours it's going to be that, would that make a difference to your voting if it was a different leader?
Like most people, we'd wait and see how any potential replacement would do, because while they might all be of the same party, they've probably all got their own ideas of how they would want to do that job.
That's it. Do you know anything about the hate crime bill at all? And obviously they're pushing through sort of trans identity type stuff. Do you think that's taken away from the everyday things that people are worried about?
Well, there maybe is an important issue that certainly needs dealt with rather urgently, but you refer to certain everyday types of matters. There should be slightly more attention focused towards them.
Aye, to the everyday stuff.
And then at least people are maybe going to start believing, they're starting to deal with it rather than putting it on the back burner, as it were, because that's what they do maybe with sometimes. They maybe pick one issue, focus on that, and then think, we've dealt with some. No, they haven't.
So as you could hear, I think it was fairly self-evident that Humza's time was up as First Minister. This had nothing to do with race and everything to do with his performance. Not only that, he had already failed at being Health Minister, and he got caught driving without any insurance whilst he was Transport Minister. So obviously we're now going to see a change, and obviously we're not sure who we're going to get next. So I wonder who it'll be, and I wonder if they'll fare any better.